Hello dear students, once again I welcome all the standard 9 students on this online classes. So last class already we have discussed and learned about the relation between capital G and small g, that is gravitations and acceleration due to gravity. Then the value of acceleration due to gravity small g, that is 9.8 meter per second square. How to calculate that one? That all things already we have discussed and learned, and I hope all of you have understood that one properly. Today we will be going to discuss and learn about the differences between small g and capital G, that is acceleration due to gravity and universal gravitation's constant. Okay, so let's start this one. The difference between small g and capital G. Acceleration due to gravity. It is the accelerations acquired by a body due to Earth's gravitational pull on it. You all know that one. Each and every object is attracted by the Earth. Okay. So while it is falling in downward directions, at that time obviously it will attain an accelerations because of the gravitational force of attractions. So at that time whatever the accelerations is there while it is falling downward directions, so at that time that acceleration is called as accelerations due to gravity, because that acceleration is produced because of the gravitational force of attractions of the Earth. Okay. Then universal gravitation constant, it is equal to the force of attraction between two masses of 1 kilogram each and separated at a distance of 1 meter apart from each other. But universal gravitation constant means it is equal to the force of attractions. How much amount of force of attractions is there between two different masses which are having 1 kilogram each and they are separated from each other by a distance 1 meter. Okay, so that one is called as universal gravitation constant. Then again acceleration due to gravity, it is a vector quantity. Then universal gravitation constant, it is a scalar quantity. It does not depend upon the directions, but acceleration due to gravity is always acting vertically downward directions. Okay. Then its value varies from place to place on Earth, because you know that one, the value of G varies from place to place because of the shape of the Earth. Yes, because Earth is not a perfect sphere, because of that reason only the value of G also varies from place to place. So because of that one only, that acceleration due to gravity also varies from place to place. But universal gravitation constant, its value is constant at every point on Earth. Okay. Then the next one, its value at the center of the Earth is 0. That means the acceleration due to gravity at the center of the Earth is 0. But universal gravitation constant, its value is not 0 at the center of the Earth. Okay. Then what is the value of acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the Earth? That is 9.8 meter per second square. And what is the value of capital G? That is 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square everywhere in the universe, because this one is the constant term only. Okay. So I hope all of you have understood that differences between that acceleration due to gravity and universal gravitation constant, I think. Okay. Then the next one, equations of motions for freely falling bodies. Okay. So you all know that one, the three equations of motions are there. Okay. So now we will be discussing what will be the equations of motions for a body if it is moving in upward directions and while it is coming downward directions. Okay. While it is moving upward directions, that retardation taking place. Because of that reason only, if any object is moving in upward directions, it is having negative accelerations. Because of that reason only, that equations of motions, that three equations of motions are having that negative sign. Okay. But while it is falling downward directions, positive acceleration is produced. Because of that reason only, that positive values will be there in the equations of vertically downward motions. Okay. We know that all the objects, whether they are small, big, hollow or solid, experience acceleration due to acceleration during their free fall towards Earth. You all know that one. Whatever may be the object, if it is falling towards the Earth's surface, it always experiences an acceleration. As the value of g is constant near or on the surface, so all the equations for the uniformly accelerated motions of objects become valid, replacing the accelerations a by acceleration due to gravity g. Just simply we have to replace that accelerations a with the acceleration due to gravity g. Okay, and the distance travelled s is replaced by h. Okay, that is covered by freely falling body. So let us see about that one. So the equations of motion thus formed are given in the table 4.2. See here, one table is given, equations for vertically downward motions. Okay, in case of freely falling body. Yes, because of the earth gravitational force only it is falling freely. So in that case, that equations of motions are V is equal to U plus GT, H is equal to ut plus half gt square, then b square is equal to u square plus 2gh. Instead of accelerations a and distance s, we have to replace that one as g and h respectively. Okay. Then the equations for vertically upward motions. You know that one, while any object is moving vertically upward directions, it will be produced a retardations. Okay, and retardation is also called as the negative accelerations only. So the value of g will be negative while it is moving upward directions only. So in that case, what are the equations of motions? V is equal to u minus gt, h is equal to ut minus half gt square, then v square is equal to u square minus 2gh. Okay, simple one only. I hope all of you have understood this one also. Then remember the following points while solving the numerical problems. Okay, while solving the numerical problem, you must have to remember this one. You must have to keep this one in your mind. If a body is falling vertically downward, the acceleration due to gravity is positive, that is g is equal to plus 9.8 meter per second square, as I said that before. Okay. Then the next one, if a body is thrown vertically upwards, the accelerations due to gravity is negative, that is g is equal to minus 9.8 meter per second square. Okay. Then the next one, if a body falls from rest freely under gravity, the initial velocity u is considered as 0. Several times I said this one also, whether the object is starting from rest or if it is falling from rest, that means that initial velocity u is equal to 0 only. The time taken by a body to rise to the highest point is equal to the time taken by the body to come back to its initial point after reaching the highest point, that is time of rise is equal to time of fall. So how much time it is taking to go upward directions is always same as how much time it is taking to come back to the same place again. So time of rise is equal to time of fall. Okay. So up to this much, I think all of you have understood that one. Okay. Again, you must go through your book properly and read properly. Thank you.